Afternoon, fellow veterans. If you all are considering getting a VA loan through Veterans United, watch this video. We closed on our house 3 weeks ago, and the process from start to finish took almost 3 months. And from what I understand, that it doesn't have to take that long. It can maybe take 1 month, depending on how many houses you look at. So first of all, I did a lot of research. One thing I did was went to Google and I typed in best VA home loans, and the website Consumers Advocate came up. I checked them out and they had the top 10 on there. They had on their site Veterans United, Quicken Loans, JG Wentworth, NASB, MBKC, Cross Country, USAA, Rocket Mortgage, Lending Tree, and Loan Depot. Now, I was either going to go with USAA or Veterans United. USAA, I've been with them for 12 years for my insurance, but I wanted a company that was solely dedicated to mortgages, specifically VA loans. I watched YouTube videos for the Veterans United channel, and I've done some research online. And I had a friend who got his VA mortgage through Veterans United, so I decided to give them a try. On January, it was the first weekend in January, we applied for the pre-approval. We were approved in about a day and a half, and that was really fast. And for the veteran, if you have a disability through your service, you get the origination fee waived. Disability will save you about $1,400 in origination fees. Now, with any mortgage you get, whether it's USDA, FHA, veterans, conventional, you're going to pay origination fee for the mortgage. However, the VA loans, with Veterans United, if you have a disability through your service, then you can get that fee waived. It's called a COE, or Certificate of Eligibility. If you go to the VA website itself, the myaccess.dmdc.ocd.mil, you can actually get that from there, the website. But if you don't have that, Veterans United can also get it just like that for you. But it's good to have it yourself, to submit that paperwork to them. Also, once you are pre-approved, you are assigned a team. This team with Veterans United, they're with you the whole way through. So say if one of them from your team is on vacation, you have 2 more to talk to. So our team was pretty awesome. We had Ben Long, who is one of the senior loan officers. We had Kat Spellman, who was the transaction coordinator, and we also had Darcy. So when Ben was out of town or on vacation, I could speak to Kat Spellman or Darcy if I had any questions. Also, our realtor was also in contact with our team. So our realtor and our team, my husband and I, were corresponding through email the whole way through. And there were times my realtor actually called Veterans United herself and spoke directly to them. And they are pretty good about being available. I don't like to bother them on the weekends if I don't have to, but there was one Saturday where I spoke to Ben because for our situation, our lease was up on our apartment on April 3rd, and we hadn't closed yet. It was really close. So I was talking to Ben about some things through text on a Saturday. So I know he was with his family, but I appreciate him being available on a Saturday to talk to me about something I needed. So they are available 24/7 if you have any questions about your loan process. Now, the Veterans United login, you would go to my.veteransunited.com and create a login. Now, this login, I'm going to log in here. This website is going to be your best friend through this whole process, because this website here, you upload all your documents, and you can see whether the document is pending review or if it's already been reviewed and accepted. And also, it tells you the process, the current stage you're in, whether you're pre-approval stage, underwriting stage, clear to close stage, or post-closing stage. So you always know where you are. This website is a good tool to have. Now, for the pre-approval, they didn't need a lot of paperwork from us. They needed from the veteran, myself, they needed DD 214, of course. They needed my disability paperwork, of course, and they needed driver's license, social, things like that. And I'm a stay-at-home mom, I don't work, but my husband does. So with his income, we were able to get the loan. And once you start the process, once you find a house you love, that you want to put an offer in for, and it's accepted, that's when the ball gets rolling. You're going to need more paperwork. And that's just how it is, you know. They're going to need, if you were married before becoming a veteran, or if your last name changed since getting out of the military, they're going to need a copy of your marriage license too, to verify that you are who you are and everything. They're going to need W-2s. My husband, he's a preacher, so he doesn't get like direct deposits or check stubs. He actually gets just checks when we put them in the bank. So any employer that just writes checks to their employees, you're going to have to submit what is called a payroll ledger. Your employer should have that. Also, you have to go to the bank and get copies of your last 30 days worth of checks, so 30 days pay. So that would be, if you get paid once a week, it would be 4 copies of your checks that was deposited into the bank. And the bank also have to give you a verification of deposit. So our bank, we had some issues with them getting those things. So I told Kat Spellman that we were having issues. So she said, well, give me their number, I'll call them myself. So Kat Spellman at Veterans United, she actually called the bank herself and told them what she needed and what she needed it by. So they were very hands-on during this whole process. So they need a lot of paperwork. And that's one thing that people gripe about, and I understand that because it is a lot of stuff. For instance, we lived in Texas for 6 weeks, and they wanted to know why the time period was so short. So they require you to write a short letter saying why the time period was so short that you lived at a certain place. You know, just go to a Word document, explain why, and send it to them. Easy. Also, if you had any hard hits on your credit report since getting pre-approved, they want to know why those hard hits are on there. They're going to want to know if you inquire any debt from those hard hits, and if you have any new debt, how much do you owe on that debt. So they want to make sure that you can pay back that loan, understandably so, because you're asking a stranger for a lot of money for a house, and they want to make sure they can get that money back from you once they give it to you. So, you know, it's this whole thing with getting a VA loan, no down payment. It's a privilege, not a right. So as veterans, we can't act entitled. You know, we have to do what we have to do to get our loan from anyone who wants to give us a mortgage. So make sure you all do sex offender checks. Okay. We put an offer in 2 other houses before this one. The first house we loved. It was a corner lot, big backyard, big front yard. We loved this house. Put in an offer, it was accepted. Something told me to go home and do a sex offender check. I didn't do that beforehand. I should have done that. And we found out that right behind, literally right behind the house, his backyard was facing our backyard. It was a pedophile behind the house that we were going to get. And I had to make the dreadful phone call to my realtor and say, sorry, you know, it's a pedophile. We're going to withdraw our offer. So that was a big letdown for us, but we found out that before we got into the loan process for that house. So we looked at a lot of houses, and the second house we put in the offer for, it was accepted. We got a really good and very thorough inspector. The inspector spent 4 hours on that house, top to bottom, inside out. He found a lot of major issues. The sellers didn't want to fix those issues. They wanted to put band-aids on them, so we walked. We didn't get that house. We looked at more houses. We found this one, put an offer in. It was accepted. The same inspector, we hired him to do this house too. He spent 4 hours on this house, inside and out. Found some issues. We were willing to still go through with through the offer for the house and everything, and they lowered the price because of the issues that the house has. So our process took almost 3 months, and that's because we went through a lot of houses, and like I said, one had a pedophile in the back, we didn't get that one. The other one had a lot of issues, and the sellers didn't want to fix those issues. So if you find a house fast, you can close in like maybe a month or so, because our realtor actually had a client who was a Veterans United client, and they closed in 3 weeks. So it all depends on the houses you're looking at, whether or not you have inspections, and what they find wrong with the house. Keep in mind though, even though you don't have a down payment, you gotta have money in the bank. You have to pay for the inspection. Inspections, I think they cost between $400 and $500. Get a good one. Ours was really good. Remember that each house that you have that's getting inspected, you gotta pay for each inspection. So since we paid for 2 inspections, 2 different houses, it was $900 out of our pocket. You don't get that back. And also, you have to pay for the appraisal. Veterans United will let you know how much that is when you get to that time. Ours was $445. The inspection and the appraisal are different. The inspection is more thorough. I don't believe Veterans United require an inspection, but they recommend an inspection. So get that inspection done. You don't want to walk into a house that's the roof gonna fall in after you buy it. Once it's yours, it's yours. So get that inspection done, pay the money to get it done. Also, you have to have earnest money. Earnest money pretty much saying to the seller, I want this house and I'm serious, here's money to prove it. And so that earnest money, ours was $1,500. It went towards closing costs. You might get some back, you might not. We didn't get any of it back. As a matter of fact, we owed $600 on our closing costs, which isn't bad at all, because one of the agreements was the seller would pay closing costs. So they paid, I want to say their share was like $5,000 of the closing costs, and then ours was $600. So I mean, $600 compared to $5,000, I think we got a pretty good deal out of there. So I would highly recommend Veterans United. We had a really good team. As a matter of fact, after we got the house, I sent our team pictures of the house so they can see, you know, our new investment that they helped us get. And they were really good about keeping in touch with our realtor, communicating. We were always in a loop together. It was a good experience for us. So this is not a paid video, it was not sponsored. This is my experience with Veterans United. Everyone has different experiences. Ours was pretty good. Also, they sent us a nice housewarming gift. We got a really big welcome mat. It says, welcome the Michaels. And also we got some Veterans United playing cards. We got a gift certificate for $25 in free gear and free shipping as well. We got the Home Sweet Home. These are cards you give to your friends. You put your address here and it says pretty much come visit me in my new house soon. We also got from them a stamp with our new address on it, like an address label stamp. And it's a good thing to have. It's nice, it's a good gift. And also this shirt here. So obviously with this shirt, I'm wearing it. We closed on the house and we're very happy with it. If you all have any questions whatsoever, let me know and I'll try to get to them as soon as possible. So veterans, good luck and try Veterans United. Thank you. Bye.